So now I've got my hooded vest on the way I like it. All I have to do now is roll up the upper part of the Farmer John, and I'm just going to go through one hand at a time. I'm going to stick my hand down through the sleeve. I'm going to walk it up, give it a little bump here and a little bump there. Now, I want to be sure that I don't fold over this corner of the hooded vest, so I'm just going to slide my hand in there and tuck that in together. And if I needed to, I would ask Jeremy for some help, but I've got this. Don't hesitate to ask a friend to help you get your suits on. That's really important, especially trying to get that back zipper. We'll look at that some more in a minute. So just very slowly, I'm going to walk it up in little pieces, find the corner of the hooded vest, and walk it down. Now, later I'm going to zip up this Farmer John, but right now I still have more of my suit to put on, so I'm going to leave it mostly zipped down so that all I'm dealing with as far as the insulation up here over my chest is this little 5mm piece of the hooded vest, and this has got some way to let air breathe in there, and I'm not going to overheat. So next, now that I have the bottom half of my Farmer John on over my hooded vest, I'm going to put on the top half. And again, the top half of my Farmer John is a front zip, so I want to make sure that the zipper's up here in front where I'm going to put it on, and I've already started part of the leg. It just takes a few inches. That way when it's up around your thigh, you're not reaching down to try to pull that together and close the zipper. It's already started for you, so that you're just putting it on like a pair of shorts, like a pair of cutoffs. So again, it's always better when you're dealing with the legs. Sit down somewhere. Doing this standing up, trying to balance yourself on things, not so great. So I'm going to hold it open and then just bring my foot through one leg, bring it up a little bit, shift my hand position to open up my way into the other leg, and line it up, walk my foot down in there, and then just bring this top half of the Farmer John. I'm going to unroll it just like I did before, bring it up around my upper thighs, give it a little tug in the back, and then I'm going to go through the sleeves one hand at a time. I'm going to go ahead and get my watch out of my way because the sleeves of this suit perfectly match the diameter of my wrist, so I don't want this in my way. And for your benefit, I'm going to use the plastic bag. I don't normally need to do this, but I'm going to use it for demonstration value for you guys because it does. It really, for a lot of people that don't practice this all the time, a little simple thing like this makes a huge difference. So I'm just going to put my hand up inside the plastic bag. I'm going to reach down into one sleeve. It doesn't really matter which sleeve it is, but one sleeve at a time. And I'm just going to push, and what I'm doing is I'm reaching down towards the ground as I pull the shoulder up towards my neck, like I'm going to pick up a coin off the ground. And then I'm going to reach up above myself like I'm trying to change a light bulb in the ceiling, like this. And then that moves that material up here. And then while I'm reaching up, you can actually twist your hand a little bit and pull your hand the rest of the way through the wrist and walk that out, just like that. Let me do that again on the other side for you. I'm going to reach in behind, find the sleeve, slowly go through it. Now on this one, I want to be sure that I'm not folded up or crinkled. See how my hand's just about to go through there? So I'm going to point my fingers, reach down to the ground, and try to pick up the coin, and then reach up over my head, and I can walk that sleeve back. You might want to wave your arms a little bit. That kind of helps position that material. And I'm just going to slide that plastic bag out of there like that. Speaking a little more about this topic of the plastic bag, I've seen it done where people will try to fill the insides of the sleeves or the legs of their wetsuit with things like hair conditioner or shampoo, things like that. That falls into that same category that we talked about earlier about the damage that sunscreen can do to the environment. You really don't want to be using chemicals that aren't biodegradable and aren't safe for use in natural environments. I mean, even when you're taking a shower at home, the products you're using really should have some consideration for the environment, but it's even more serious when you're going directly into a natural environment with the inside of your suit all filled up with shampoo or hair conditioner or something like that, when a simple little plastic bag from the grocery store is a perfect substitute. Just be careful with the plastic bag. Now that you've seen how I put my wetsuit on, which is a front zip, Jeremy's going to put his wetsuit on, which is a back zip. So he's going to open it up, find the zipper in the back, and then he's going to make his entrance of his legs through the back zipper. So he's going to kind of unroll it, make sure all of the Velcro's out of the way, make sure the ankle zippers are all loosened up, and then he's going to just step into it one leg at a time, and then very gently pull his foot through there, just like that. Okay. And he's going to unroll it a little bit, slide his other foot with his toes pointed down to the other end. So grab some material to get his ankle. There you go. Now he's going to stand up and unroll it so that he can get those knees in place properly. Then he's going to roll it right side out as he brings the material up over his body. Okay, so now Jeremy's got the bottom part of his one piece on. He's going to reach down into the arms, one arm at a time, and he's going to reach all the way to the ground when he's ready, just like he's trying to pick up a coin off the ground, and then reach up high like he's changing a light bulb, giving his wrist a little twist. He's going to repeat that same process on the other side. Reach down low like you're picking up the coin, and then reach up high like you're changing the light bulb, and then wave your arms around a little bit to position the shoulders. Okay? Now, I'm going to come over there and help him. He's about ready to do the back zip. And what I want to point out is you see how when his arms are down, you've got all of this space here where his shoulders are that'll put tension between the teeth on either side of the zipper. So watch what happens when he lifts up his arms up over his head. You see how that pulls that all together? Then he has this little pull tab. I can very easily help him and very gently lift that up and tuck that all together for him, like that. There you go. Please watch carefully as I point out the details of Jeremy demonstrating how to close the back zipper by himself. When he's got his arms and everything up in there, you'll see how there's tension from the upper arm and into the shoulder that keeps this upper part of the zipper spread apart. And if he just reaches back and yanks on this, you can break this zipper down here like you saw in the reenactment skit at the beginning of the class. So he's going to show you by grabbing a hold of this little tab here at the bottom and having the pull string in the other side. Then that way, see how what happens when he lifts this arm up and pushes his shoulder back? It pulls that together. All right. Now, come on in here real close there, Misty. So here at the collar, he's got a Velcro part, and this is the rough little hooks, and then the fuzzy part over here that sticks to. what you don't want to do is try to squeeze that down as tight as you can, because that can choke him out. Alright, you want to keep it just enough to where it touches, and you don't want any of that rough stuff, especially if you're not wearing a hood. You don't want any of that rough stuff where it can scratch into the back of their neck, right? Turn around here for a second, Jeremy. So one of the real, just like Jeremy's about to do, one of the real common mistakes I see people making with their wetsuits is they feel like it's choking them out here at the neck. And then what they do is they reach up and they pull on it, and they end up tearing the neck out of the wetsuit. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is get your buddy's help, because you're not really going to be able to do that by yourself. Just like he did earlier where he lifted his arms up, that gives me this extra material to get a hold of. And all I'm going to do is lift some of that material up, which walks material forward so that it doesn't tear out the collar of the wetsuit in front, and then it's not feeling like it's choking you anymore. Yeah? Cool. Jeremy's got this nice fleece-lined lava core hood, but over that, because of the water temperatures today, he's going to put on a neoprene hood that's just a hood. It's not a hooded vest, right? So he's going to slide this over, and then this part of the hood is called the skirt, and I'm going to help him get it tucked down in the front and help him get his zipper backed up there. Go ahead and slide that on. There you go. You see how that works? He slides his head right up inside of there. Once he's comfortable, let me know, and then I'll pull the collar over very gently. Start piece by piece. Just start tucking it in. A little here, a little there at the front, a little right side, a little left side. Then I'm going to turn it around so that you can see. You've got to get this back part of the skirt, so I'm going to just peel out part of the shoulder, tuck it in back there. This part of the shoulder, get it tucked in. And then again, he's going to lift his arms up to pin his shoulder blades back to close up that part of the zipper. Grab this little tab, and if your suit doesn't have one of these little tabs, don't be afraid to lift it away and just get a grip on it right like that, so that you have something to back up the zipper, so that you're pulling on the zipper. Not tearing the suit. I see it in a lot in the rental fleet, in the rental suits. People just yank on them, and they end up with this big gash across the bottom of the suit. I want to try to avoid that. Even if it's a real suit, that rental shop doesn't pay for that damage. And if it's your own suit, you're just doing the things to handle your equipment correctly so that it lasts a long time and you get the most for your dollar. How's that feel, buddy? Cool, let's get wet.